Okay, well, this will be fun. Let's build a robot. So I've got some stuff laid out. I've got my single plywood plank out of the package. I've got these two wheels, which I've already found centers on. And again, check out the other video. I do want to show you this. My other video, I explained it, but I didn't show it to you. So once I found the center and I drilled my hole, all right. In fact, this case I actually drilled two holes, which let me see if I can show that to you a little better. There's one that goes all the way through, and then there's another one which indents a little bit so the screw gets a hold. You actually don't have to do that. I could have went all the way through with a bigger bit so that the screw head, all right, the screw head goes all the way in. You want it to stick into the plastic, not necessarily the wood. All right. That being said, so I've already got my wheel here. I laid this plastic piece on top lining up the hole, and then I put 4 little dabs of hot glue. You don't have to do this, but these 4 little dabs of hot glue just meant that I didn't have to worry about it moving when I drilled these holes all the way through. Okay, and you could actually just glue it and not even worry about the screws. I like the screws, and in fact I did 2 different things here. This is just a self-tapping Phillips screw, which you can get at Home Depot, and it drilled the pilot hole and then just screwed it right into the plastic. In this particular case, I wanted something to look a little cooler, so what I ended up doing is unscrewing those and then putting in some socket head or cap head screws, which just makes it look kind of neat. But nonetheless, and like I said, you certainly can get away with just salsa lids. So what I have here is I've taken one piece of wood and cut it so it's the same length as this is wide. Okay, and then I have 2 more of these blocks. Again, if you just go to Hobby Lobby, you could just buy blocks. You don't have to do this single piece. You could just do it like this, like I did on this one. Okay, but I was going to do something different. No reason to have 2 identical robots. It takes away the fun. And let's put a little glue right on there. I would recommend getting a decent glue. Okay, Elmer's is fine. Elmer's wood glue is great. You could use school glue, I suppose, but it's nice to have a real wood glue. Okay, like that. Oh, I also wanted to show you this. If you're going out to pick up your own wood, I did this mistake. See this space between where the servo mounts and this wire? Okay, that's about 3/4 of an inch. So if you get tempted to buy the 1-inch blocks, you'll be frustrated in the fact that they don't really fit. Okay, they don't sit inside there. You really need a 3/4 inch block to get that to work. Alright, and so I've got this sitting here like this. I'm now going to take my servo and just lay it there like that, and then I'm going to take and glue on another block. A little glue. Okay. How simple is this, huh? I don't want this to be real tight. Okay. Let's get that back so you can actually see it better. I don't want this to be super tight. I want my servo to have a little wiggle room in there. This glue isn't set up yet. We'll get it lined up. A little wiggle. There we go. I like that. And we do the same thing for the other side. I should just leave this. In fact, let's pause this, and I'm going to let it set for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to do the other side. Alright, that was about 5 minutes, and now I'm going to go ahead and just put it over here and take the other wood block, and let's find a smooth side. There we go. And we're going to put it right here. Alright. And then the only other thing we have to do is notice the balls that I purchased. They're actually knobs. They have a flat, which makes it really easy. So you don't have to worry about anything rolling around. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to do that yet. I'm thinking it might be fun to make this robot, instead of it like exactly like this one, which I've already built. Let's make this one a double-decker. Let's put another deck on top eventually here, like this. So I need is like a block back here to support it, and that way I can have room for batteries or whatever else I want inside of here, as well as an entire working surface for electronics. I like that idea. I think it'll be kind of fun. So I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, actually, during that brief time, I changed my mind. I'm not going to make this double deck. The reason is careful examination would suggest that this servo is actually slightly wider than 3/4 of an inch, and if I glued another deck directly on top with these 3/4 of an inch squares, well, the servo actually won't fit. All right. So what I would have to have done to make this a double deck is to cut these off at slightly longer than 3/4 of an inch, say 7/8 of an inch, and then I'd have plenty of room. But I can't do that today. So let's just put this ball on here. So put a little glue on there, like that. And we'll set that in the center, which I probably should measure it out. But you know what? Line of sight's probably fine. And like that. Okay. And there we go. We're ready for this to dry, and then we'll drill some holes and we'll be good. So let's pause it, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes again. Okay, well, the glue is dry. Okay, I let it sit for about an hour. I got some lunch and everything is good. And now I'm going to go ahead and mark the position of the holes. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and drill them. All right. I will pause it again, and you'll see me back here in a second with holes that are already drilled. Okay, and I've drilled the holes through there. I made them actually fairly big. One of the things that's really annoying is that if you try to screw into a small block of wood or a thin piece of wood, that's easily split. So I've chose a hole that is big enough for it to bite into, I should say small enough for it to bite into, but big enough that I'm not going to have a real problem with it splitting open. And I'm going to mount my servo like that. I could go, actually I can't. With the solid piece, I can't go both directions. That would be one advantage about using the blocks instead of the solid piece there. Okay, so I'm going to put it in like this, and I'm going to screw that in. And I guess there's really no reason for you guys to watch me screw this in, so I will end this video at this point, and I'll see you again here shortly when we actually put things like a circuit board on it and see how it works. So I'll see you soon.